Be here in a sec. Okay, we are live, and we are just waiting on Ralph, who will be here any second. He's just running a little bit late because that's just what Ralph does. But we have Professor on time, which is a rarity, and we have and all his equipment's functioning for a change.
I think it is.
And of course, the illustrious Daddy Warpig is here.
Absolutely.
Now, we're going to wait for Ralph, and I guess I'll just go ahead and do a couple of. I got a couple of emails. Somewhere, Colin Kaepernick is doing something that doesn't matter and isn't worth paying attention to. All right, so
he got fired.
No, he hasn't got cut. No, he hasn't cut yet, and I doubt he will be. He's due a salary of $13 million, and I think 10 of it's guaranteed, so that would be dead cap space for the Niners all year long. So it's really unlikely he's going to get released, sir.
Did somebody fake that tweet? I thought I saw a tweet yesterday. I retweeted it. Somebody said he was getting fired. They were letting him go.
Yeah, it was a bullshit tweet. It was a fake tweet.
I hate people that do that.
Yeah, unfortunately, he's not. There's no chance he's going to get cut. So anyway, I got a couple emails. So I've been saving. I don't get many emails, to be honest with you. Like the Colin Kaepernick show, I got a bunch of them, which is pretty rare, but I got a bunch of them. Like I said, most of them in support. A few of them called me a racist asshole. And I had a couple other ones that asked me questions or asked me to talk about things. And generally, I kind of save them because, like I said, I don't get many emails. So I save them for a time when I got to fill some space. And since we're waiting for Ralph, I'll go ahead and deal with a couple of them. I've gotten a weird amount of emails asking me about the funniest story that I have from when I was bartending, and a couple of other ones that asked me if anything crazy, like anyone ever took a shot at me or something, threw a punch at me or something when I was bartending. I assume they asked me that because I have a big fucking mouth. So, in honor of Ralph's big day out, I'll talk about a few of the craziest things I've seen when I was bartending. Obviously, yeah, I was a bartender for like 8 to 10 years, and I can't remember the exact time. So, yeah, guys get drunk, and unless you're a hot girl, you're going to throw a punch at you every now and then. I've certainly had it happen.
Yeah, I can't. As far as talking about my case and stuff, I can't talk about that. So, if we could avoid that, maybe you can make a reference to it or whatever. But I can't talk about the actual case and stuff. So,
all right, Ralph's on.
I didn't even see you jump in, buddy.
Yeah, what's up?
Usually there's a big scream and Bacon, how the fuck are you, buddy?
Well, I'm sober now, so maybe I'm a little more subdued, I guess.
Yeah, that's right. So, all right. So I'll give you my favorite one, okay? There was this guy that used to come into the bar. This is my favorite drunken idiot story. We'll just call him Bob because I don't think there's much chance anyone will figure out who he is. But anyway, he comes in every day. He's like he was like one of those guys like out of Central Casting, like a 55-year-old, played football in high school, and he was still living in his glory days, and that's all he wanted to talk about kind of guy. And he would tie one on and always want to start something. He'd ask me almost, I'd say probably once a week. He asked me if I want to go outside. I'm in a bad mood. And he always wanted to start a fight. Or he'd get drunk and he'd order like clams, and he would go up to these younger, attractive women and he'd say, "Oh, you got to try these." And he'd splash one in butter, and inevitably gets like splashed butter on the girl, and she'd get all mad. You'd have to go break up something with it. Just one of those guys. And he's pounding wines all the time, so he thought he was classy, but also wasted. And so one night, I said to him, and I didn't like the guy. Okay, I fucking hated him, and I sometimes I actually wanted to go outside. So I said to him one night, "Hey, I had a shit ton of booze. You're fucking wasted. Why don't you let me call you a cab?" He goes, "No, I'm good." And I'm like, "All right, fine. I mean, I asked you. I'm not going to fight with you. So you do your thing, man." So I closed the bar up. I didn't think anything of it. I closed the bar up. I go with the other bartender. I go have a couple of beers down the street, shoot the shit, and I'm driving back about an hour and a half later, and I happen to drive, by the bar that I just closed, and it was the middle of winter, so there was like huge snowbanks. When they plow the snow up, you get in Northeast New York, you'll get like a 5-6 foot snowbank, and it was thick, So I'm driving by the bar, and I can see a little bit of smoke in the parking lot. So I'm kind of wondering what the hell is going on. So I pull back in, and there's Bob, passed out in his BMW, sound asleep, head on the steering wheel, foot on the gas, car in drive, just pressed up against one of that snowbank, tires just spinning away. The only thing keeping him from jumping out into the middle of the road, the snowbank. I'm banging on the window. Guy won't wake up. That's probably the craziest thing I've seen. Sorry, Ralph. I had to kill some time before you jumped on.
Yeah, I thought it was at 9 for some reason.
So what's going on with you? How you been?
Nora's not on.
She's just chilling. She's been working hard, going to school and stuff. So, it's just me. You'll have to settle for the one that's harder on the eyes. But thankfully, this is a voice stream. So, also, I'm harder on the voice too, though. But whatever.
I know. So I know you can't talk about your big day out, but how have you been since Ralph's Big Day Out? That's going to be the movie title, by the way. I've decided on that.
Yeah, I've been good. I haven't talked about this yet publicly, but I hired a lawyer not yesterday, but day before yesterday, and we'll see what happens. He seems to think everything will be fine, and it better be because I'm paying him a few $1,000s. So, yeah, I had my trip booked to London, and obviously that got fucked off with my arrest. But he's going to try to get the bail adjusted so I can still go to London. But we'll see. That's not guaranteed. But I should find out about that.
What's in London, though?
What's
in London?
Yeah. Nora's there in London. If I can't go, she's going to probably come here, but we'll see. I don't want to talk about it on air, though, because the bail stuff, it's not guaranteed to happen. If it does happen, you'll definitely see me talking about it on Twitter because I'm going to be laughing at all these fuckers talking shit while I'm chilling in London. But,
Thank fuck Ralph is on. What the hell does that mean, you dick? Man, these people, I'm telling you, these ingrates, week in and week out, Ralph, I get no thanks, no respect.
No respect, like Dangerfield, man.
You know, I saw, I couldn't help but laugh, man, when Brianna Wu was doing her shit where she was going to call the prosecutors, and then you post a picture of yourself eating steak, and it was great because it was like 24 hours later.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. I guess they thought I wasn't going to get out, but, actually, I just had a public defender for that hearing, and he did a really good job and got me bail, so. I don't have a very extensive rap sheet, like no prior felonies and stuff. So they were just trying to keep me in to be assholes. I think it also has to do. I live in Richmond, which is like 2 hours away, so they're kind of trying to be dicks, but they can't hold me down. I'm out.
They can't hold you down. So you're still hoping your trip to see Nora, what might happen?
Might happen, but yeah, I don't want to talk about that on air. It might happen, it might not. He said there was a good chance that he might be able to get adjusted, but he couldn't guarantee that. So we'll just see what happens.
Now, did you have to hire 2 lawyers so you can deal with Brianna Wu's phone calls to the prosecutor?
No, but my public defender said that he did talk to the prosecutor, and she definitely did call him. So yeah, she really did. I don't think it's gonna have any effect though.
Of course it's not. No,
nobody. He said the prosecutor was just like, huh? Like, I don't even know who the fuck this is. Like, what are they? So I haven't told that story yet either because I'm not. I've still got a serious case going on, so I'm not really commenting on all the case stuff publicly.
No, I figured you wouldn't. By the way, I don't know who gave me somebody tweeted me the live from Folsom idea, and I can't remember who it was, but hat tip to whoever.
Yeah, it's fine to joke about it, but I can't really talk about the incident itself and what my lawyer told me about what she did and stuff. I'll just wait till it's all over, and then I'll have a lot to say about it all. But
yeah, you can do it exclusively on the show.
The most important part is just getting it all settled. So that's what I'm worried about.
Just you got to be careful, Ralph. You got to be careful to get the time of the arraignment correctly. Otherwise, they'll just throw you back in jail. Okay, I'm just saying you can't be late to the arraignment. Okay,
that's true. Actually, I had my arraignment already. This will be the preliminary hearing in October. Some people were like, "I'm going to jail in October," which is definitely not going to happen because that's not how preliminary hearings work. So yeah, a lot of internet lawyers these days that don't know shit. But that's nothing new really. Oh
yeah, there's internet lawyers, internet cops, internet doctors. They're all over the place.
Yeah, that's great.
Is the stream laggy? I don't think so. If anyone else is hearing a lag, let me know. But I'm hearing it fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. Well, there's a guy in the comments that say it's laggy, so I don't know. I don't think it's me though. So, what are you gonna say, Ralph? Shoot.
Nothing. I'm just here enjoying my freedom and just chilling, talking shit on Twitter. I got verified, which I thought was
I know. I saw that. Yeah, you and Professor now.
Which I thought was pretty cool. So
that is cool. But you're famous. You're in the Washington Post, right?
Right. You turned up in the Washington Post.
Yeah, they did. You know what? I
Freaking
know I've
historical.
talked a lot of shit about the Washington Post, and so have a lot of people. But to be fair, that was the only dude that actually called me and talked to me about it before they ran a bunch of shit. So I don't have too many bad things to say about him. If you read the story, there was he framed some things interestingly. I talked about this on my show also, but he asked me, did I identify as alt-right, which I don't. I've said I was an independent, but I said, well, I guess if you want to call me alt-right, that's fair. And then he chopped off the rest of the quote. The only reason I say it's fair is because I run in those circles. I write a lot about the alt-right, but I don't know. So he chopped that up, but the article itself wasn't too bad, all things considered. So I was all right with it.
Yeah, it really didn't seem that slanted to me. I mean, when I read it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which kind of surprised me. It surprised me no offense, but it surprised me they ran it at all. I really didn't know that they would. I'm not sure how it made it.
Huge deal.
It's an odd bit of news. It really, to make to the WAPO. I don't know how they got that.
Was it in the print edition or was it just on the website?
No, it wasn't in the print edition. It was just on the website. So, which doesn't really. I mean, I guess it matters a little, but most people just read shit online now anyway. So, I actually mentioned that to somebody. Yeah. I mean, it's not the way I wanted to get that attention, but whatever.
Hey, come on, man! It gives you street cred.
I know.
Street
Yeah,
cred.
that's how it goes, man. I'm from Memphis. So I already had some, but I guess this gives me a little bit more.
I thought maybe you'd big time me after that when I asked you back on the show. It's been like 6 months. So I'm like, he's gonna big time me. I bet you.
Nah, actually, I'll tell this on air just because I don't like this fucker. But last week I know you had Low Ping on, and he's like, "Yeah, you can come on with him," and I was like, "Nah, no thanks. I don't really want to appear with that dude." Which is cool. I mean, I understand you're cool with him. That's all good. A lot of people, I don't like get. I've talked about this before too, but I don't understand. People were like, "Oh, you're cool with so and so. I need to unfollow you now, or we can't talk, or this and that." I don't get like that. So it's all good. We all have our own relationships with people, so that's just how it goes. But I'm happy to be here this week. Thank you for having me on. I haven't been on in a while, so
yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
It's been since almost Christmas, I think.
yeah, it has been. I think it's been a long time. I think maybe I think I did one when I came back from London in January, but I don't remember. But it's definitely been a long time.
Yeah, you actually did it while you were in London, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, that's awesome. Hey, Ralph, tell us what's happening with you and Louise, because it's like you're living rent free in her head. I mean, you made her go unhinged. What happened?
Basically, she wrote the Pepe article. I'd already been okay. It's funny because she works with Ian Miles Chong, who decided to take a ton of shots at me while I was in jail, and that's fine. I don't mind people making jokes, but he was like really trying to tear me down a peg, trying to call me a joke, which is funny because he's a joke. I guess maybe he would know about that, but so he spent a lot of time attacking me. So I was like, okay, I just noted that down. And then Louise Minch, the day of the terror attack in New York a few days ago, she was like, "Oh, nobody died, no big deal." Da 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 da. And then I said, "Well, how would you even know? You're not even American. You don't even know what it's like for our country to be under attack. I'm sure if this was England or the UK, you would be singing a whole different tune." So anyway, so I tweeted that, and then the next day.
No, what she said was worse. What she said was, everything in New York is cool. People are eating gelato, and Trump supporters are pissing their pants.
Oh my God! Is that? I was wondering where that gelato thing came from. I saw a lot of people tweeting.
Yeah, what is that? Yeah,
that was somebody in New York. Some asshole reporter or whatever in New York tweeted that out. That said, "Oh yeah, people are still eating gelato," and Louise Mensch also picked it up and ran with it. Because never Trumpers. Look, okay, I don't have a problem if you want to support a libertarian candidate. That's your choice, okay? That's your thing. I get it. You don't like Trump. You don't support Trump. You think he's got bad policies. You have to vote libertarian. Fine. I get that. I do. You want to vote libertarian. A lot of people I know and respect and even care about want to vote libertarian. I get that. I can't do it. I have to go against Hillary Clinton. That's just me. But a lot of these never Trumpers hate Donald Trump to the point where anything that Trump says, they have to oppose it to stupid extents. And when a bomb blows up and seriously injures people and injures 26 people, and they find more bombs on the same day that bomb blows up in New Jersey and another bomb blows up in other places, and somebody stabs people, one guy gets killed, and your response is, oh yeah, man, like Trump supporters are pissing their pants. Fuck you. Dude, that is beyond the pale. Sorry, I dropped an F-bomb there, but that is way out of line. Way, way out of line. So,
right. That was the first F-bomb on BaconBits, by the way. So,
well, that was the first F-bomb this show. So,
yeah. So that happened.
I interrupted you, Ralph. I'm sorry, man.
Oh no, it's fine. I'm glad you that you went in on it further, because mine was just abbreviated. I didn't even see every single thing she said, to be honest. I just replied to that, and then she didn't even say anything. So the next day, or like, I don't know, it was a couple days after, and the Hate Street ran the article apologizing to all the victims of Pepe the Frog. Which was pretty amusing. And
victims of Pepe.
And not only that, Ian Miles Chong had just put out an article on that same website the week before, saying that the whole Pepe's anti-Semitic thing is garbage. Well, he totally flip-flopped on it because his sugar mama Mensch told him to do that. And since he goes where the money goes, we've seen this before from Ian. He just changed his tune just like that. And so I said, well, now's the time to strike. I went in on him, and then she didn't respond that night either. The next morning, she starts going at me, and I just blew her out the water. I was pretty happy with it. Of course, she's slightly retarded, so it's like I told somebody it's like being a major league player and going down to the minor leagues and feasting on minor league pitching, because it was brutal for her. But I had a good time, and it was also my birthday, so thank you, Luis, for that birthday present. Much appreciated, dear.
Wait. When was your birthday?
Yesterday,
September. What's today? 20th? September 19th?
Yeah, my birthday's on the 20th.
I'm the 26th.
Oh yeah, well, September in the house, man.
September babies.
I think that's past Virgo. I was still a Virgo, so I think you're into the next one though.
Yeah, I'm into the Libra thing, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't pay much attention to it. Ralph, if you're not gonna booze anymore, you're putting a serious dent in my plans for drunk streaming the election this year.
Yeah, I won't be drunk streaming ever again. So it's just total sobriety now. I don't know how to say it.
I'm going to have to count on you, Professor, with the Flor Libres then. You're going to have to jump in.
Okay. I do my best.
You think you can handle it? You think you can pick up the slack?
No one could do a drunken rant like Ralph. So.
Wait a minute. Give me a chance now. I'll see what happens.
Okay.
So, yeah. Ralph, I know you weren't here for it, but we did a Kaepernick show already. I think you tweeted about it. Or did you write an article about it? Did you write it up?
Yeah, I did actually. I wrote that right before my incident. So, yeah, that was the last article that I wrote for like a couple weeks, and it did really well too, which was kind of cool. Matter of fact, I got mentioned. I think it's Spin magazine. They called me a right-wing blowhard, which I thought was pretty funny. And they linked to my article, which is all. That's the main part. So thanks, guys.
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I wrote on it. Me personally, I think it's just dumb. But if they want to make a political statement, I don't have a problem with it. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, "Oh, I'm just gonna stop watching the NFL now." I'm not going to do that. I'll still watch. I like college football better anyway, but I'll still be watching football. I'm not gonna quit. I mean, if they want to do, protesting is perfectly within their rights. I just think it's not really a great look. To do it in that way with the national anthem stuff.
Yeah, I mean, nobody ever said it wasn't their right to do it. But the thing is, too, that when you're first of all, I have two problems with it, and I got into it with Black Twitter yesterday, so I'll just go ahead and say it because two problems I have with it. One is when you're a public figure like Kaepernick, and all of a sudden people are paying attention to you, even though you're a fucking backup quarterback who's basically just a little bit more relevant than Kluey at this point. He comes out and says things like there are bodies laying in the streets and nobody cares, and it's that kind of hyperbole that causes things like the riots in Carolina yesterday. There are not fucking bodies lying in the streets, okay? The stats just aren't there. There's no data to back up what he said, and it's just more race baiting, make young black guys angry for no good reason kind of paranoia, and that's what he did with it. And secondly, when you specifically choose the national anthem as the way to protest, it is, in fact, pissing on the country you live in. I don't care what you say. That's what it is, Kaepernick. That's what you're doing. And you're an athlete who has press conferences 3 times a fucking week. 2 of them are mandatory that you have to go to. And if you wanted to, you could call an additional one to call attention to whatever it is that you feel like. There's a million ways he could have done it. He plays in one of the most popular sports in the world on maybe after soccer, the second biggest international stage. So don't tell me that refusing to put your hand on your heart and sitting down where the national anthem plays is the only way you could have made your voice heard or formed some sort of protest. That's just absurd. There's a million other ways he could have done it.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems like a cheap tactic. I never really got down with the whole, let me sit down during the national anthem deal. There's a lot of other ways. You could write op-eds. You could go call an audience, like you said, anytime you want, pretty much, to say all this stuff. And so,
look at the optic, Ralph. Look at the optic that the Dolphins provided. What was the front page in every newspaper in Miami the next day? 3 Miami Dolphins sitting down while the national anthem played on 9/11. Well, an injured Marine held a flag in front of them, literally in front of them. That's the optic on the front page. Now, ratings are down. Through 2 weeks, every single game, week to week, ratings are down, and they wonder why that is.
I think this probably does have something to do with it, but it also has to do with people aren't watching as much TV anymore. Like, they're tired of getting ripped off by the cable companies, and I don't blame them because I don't fucking pay for cable. Fucked up. I'll just pick up a stream online or some shit. Also, one of the cool things Twitter's doing. I know they're not cool about everything, but I saw the NFL game last week, and that looked pretty cool. So.
Yeah, they were streaming that game. Yeah, I saw it too.
What, Twitter streamed it?
Yeah, they streamed the game.
Basically, every Thursday night game, they're going to stream on Twitter for free.
Awesome.
They got the rights for that. Yeah.
Are you guys going to discuss wiener sexting an underage girl?
Yeah, today I've been fucking around with some personal stuff. I really haven't got to write that much, but I did get to write a post about wiener. And this dude is just completely sick. I don't know what his deal is. I almost, not quite, feel sorry for the dude because it's clear he's got a serious problem that he just has. I don't even know that he has any control over it. He needs some type of medication or inpatient treatment at some sort of facility. I don't really know what he needs, but sharing your rape fantasies with a girl you know is 15 years old and having Skype sex with her and stuff, that's something you can't do. And I wouldn't be surprised if he got charged. The only thing is she sold her story to the Daily Mail, so that might prejudice the case a little bit. But all I know is he's really fucking up. And if I was him, if I was you, Anthony, I would stop fucking talking to the goddamn press, dude. What are you doing? I don't understand. He's coming in the paper yeah, we had a flirtatious relationship, pretty much admitting that he talked to this girl. Just shut up, dude. Hire your fucking lawyer. You're Jewish. I'm sure you know a few good ones. Fucking hire your lawyer. Clam up. Stop talking, dude. I don't understand what he thinks he's accomplishing here, but that's just my advice.
I don't know what he's thinking either because, first of all, his divorce isn't even settled yet, and there's custody issues, and when he's talking to the press, all that stuff's coming into court, especially when it comes to custody. And secondly, this can't be it. This is the tip of the iceberg. If they're only uncovering this stuff now, there is got to be some other skeleton much bigger than this not too far away. He met this girl or he had sex with a minor. There's something around the corner. I guarantee it. He's going to wind up in a cell with Jared Fogle.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see another shoe drop. Let's put it that way.
Oh, and it's gone from he's a punchline to he's a predator at this point.
Yeah, the stuff today was wow. I don't know, man. It's getting pretty fucked. I don't know how to say it.
Now, you know what, though, Ralph? Look at it this way, and War Pig and Professor, all of you, I'll ask you the same question. If this was the husband of a Trump aide, don't you think they'd be connecting him to it by now? Don't you think it would be a much bigger deal?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, definitely. That's guaranteed, yeah.
Yeah, they tie it to Trump.
Trump's husband or Trump's aide husband a pedophile or something like that. You know what I mean? It would definitely be a much bigger deal. The fact that it's not, and they refuse somehow to make the 6 degrees of separation to Hillary really bothers the shit out of me.
I mean, yeah. The media has decided that they have to keep Trump out of the White House, and anything they can do to keep Trump out of the White House is absolutely valid and legitimate. And so they will. You're going to see for the next, 58 days now? Do I have that right?
Yeah.
For the next 58 days, you're going to see the most one-sided coverage that you have ever seen out of anything in the American media ever. It is going to astound you how completely, absolutely biased and dishonest their coverage will be. They are going to begin being basically an arm of the Clinton campaign. And I'm going to get pinheads on Twitter say things like, oh, no, man, like, it's been like that, man. I'm like, no, dude.
No, not this bad. Yeah.
Not this bad. It has never been this bad, and it's going to get worse.
This is as bad as I've seen it. I've never seen the media this bad in a long time. Just a quick.
Well, let me tell you how bad it is.
Let me interrupt you real quick, Warpig.
Screaming about Skittles.
Yeah, I know.
Freaking Skittles and cartoon frogs.
By the way,
Frogs.
I think they stole that from me because I used a very similar metaphor, and I used the bushel of apples like 3-4 weeks ago. I think the Skittle metaphor was bacon. Lifted right from BaconBits. If you're using Firefox, I just want to tell you that I get this complaint a lot, and I get the email a lot from people. It doesn't get along with live streaming. So if you're in a lag and you're using Firefox, then use another browser because for some reason this doesn't seem to work. It's in the comments too. Yeah, go ahead.
While we've got Ralph here, Nora's in the chat. Nora has been on, 44 episodes of Ralph's Kill Stream, and she just did her last one last week. So you ought to say, congratulations and goodbye to Nora because she did her last Kill Stream.
Yeah, she did a great job on all those. She's one of the co-founders of the show, and she might come on special edition later, whatever, down the line. But she's got a lot of stuff going on, and needs her free time and stuff. It's my job, so I have to do it every week, and it's kind of like promo for the site. Obviously the site is where I get most of my attention and readers and stuff, but yeah, she's been great. I know that I don't know that she knew just how valued people considered her on the show, because a lot of the chat and others were like, "Oh, we're sad to see you go," and I think she saw just how much they loved her that last show, so it was good. I really liked the show. Janet was actually missing last week, so it was just Nora and I thought we had a pretty good program.
I don't usually have time to sit in on the kill streams, but I made a point of coming in and sitting in on the final show just to say goodbye to Nora. So I don't know if Bacon knew that.
Yeah, I saw you in there, and it was a great show. It was a little. I got a little emotional. She put in a lot of work on the show. And some weeks, to be honest with you, I didn't feel like doing a show for whatever reason, and just her being there helped me.
So wait, you're killing the kill streams are done? Is that what you said?
No, they're not done.
We'll have Nora left. Can I?
We'll have one. Oh, I just said it. She started school and she's still working and stuff, so she just keeps.
Oh, okay.
She just wants a little free time. Plus, it's at 12 a.m. in the UK on a Saturday night, so I guess it would be Sunday morning by that time. So it's kind of an awkward time for her, and I don't know, just free up her schedule. Later on down the line, she can pop in. That's fine. We might still record some stuff here and there, but just giving her free time. It's not the end of the world or anything. And she put in her work, like I said on the show. She definitely did her part. So
yeah, I would have popped in. I didn't know. I usually, to be honest with you, I do my stream, and I listen to very few streams. I just don't. I'm never just like walking around with headphones in listening to a stream. I just don't have the time, I guess. I don't know. I've listened to a few Geek Gabs, to be honest with you, but
yeah.
Yeah, at first I didn't know if I was going to promote it like as Nora's last show or whatever, so I didn't really announce that it was going to be her last show until that day. So I guess I could have got some more people if I had been more like Don King, who was also on the news today and promoted it correctly. But
oh, it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
it's good.
It's like backwards week, isn't it? I mean, George Bush comes out and says he might vote Hillary, and Don King comes out and supports Trump.
H.W. Bush.
Don King is not. To be honest with you, I'm not a huge fan of Don King. Just for
He's
all
a
the
scumbag.
yeah, he's a scumbag, and he stole a lot of money from a lot of fighters that I like, and he also killed a guy way back when. But
yeah, he also killed a guy.
But I will say this: I've always been highly entertained by Don King, even if I didn't care for him. And today, he came out and he was giving his little thing. Of course, he dropped the N-bomb and was telling a little story. And some people were trying to get mad at Trump because he was smiling behind the stage. And I was like, well,
yeah.
I don't really understand that. Don King was telling his jokes. I guess should he have just got up and walked off or what? I don't know. Don King's also black, and by progressive and liberal logic, he's supposed to be able to say that word anyway. So I don't really see.
It was great, man. I'm telling you, watching the left, all of a sudden, George Bush isn't so bad. Maybe he's a reasoned, rational person who can't vote for Trump, even though they've literally called him Hitler for 25 years. All of a sudden, he's rational, and now all of a sudden, Don King is some villain because he supports Trump, even though they've ignored the fact that he destroyed boxing and murdered someone for 4 decades now. It's incredible.
Yeah, I'm not that big on Don King, but as an entertaining person, he still is, and I don't know. I just thought it was funny how they're spurging out about him dropping the N-word, which I forget what they didn't get so mad when Larry Wilmore was at the correspondence dinner and called the president N-word to his face.
Yes, I know. I thought the same thing.
And I realized it was like friendly banter or whatever, but come on, like.
Dude, I'll tell you what. Go look at Black Twitter and what they're doing to Cam Newton right now too. If you want to see more examples of the identity politic hypocrisy.
What did Cam do? I'm not even up on the Cam Newton thing.
All he said was that he's just desperately trying to stay neutral on this. He doesn't want to do the Kaepernick thing. He doesn't want to talk about it. He doesn't want to take any stands. He doesn't want to get involved in the controversy. I think he might have said "All Lives Matter" a couple of weeks ago that someone just caught up in a magazine. So they're crucifying him, and they're saying, well. He doesn't want to lose any endorsements, and I saw a bunch of tweets saying he's just doing what his passion tells him.
What the fuck? Like, yeah.
But look,
let me go out and try to lose all my money. That makes a lot of sense. That's why these fuckers on Twitter don't have any goddamn money. That's why I don't understand. Like, oh god.
Hey, maybe he doesn't agree. Just because he's black doesn't mean he has to agree with you. Right? I mean, it doesn't mean he has to agree with you. Just
that's what he's not getting back on the plantation. No, that's what they want. I mean,
I don't know, man. I mean, I expect all white people to agree with me. Every single white person I've ever met agrees with me on everything. We get together at the white meetings and we decide what we're going to think, and all the white people agree with me. Isn't that how it works for everybody?
No, I can't get to the meetings. I read the newsletter. I can't get to the meetings. I get the
okay.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, it's crazy because, first of all, here's a guy, all right, even if that's true that he doesn't want to lose endorsements, okay, like Ralph said, who the fuck does? Who wants to lose money? And maybe he just doesn't want to wade into the controversy and then have to talk about it for the next 6 weeks while he's trying to get back to the Super Bowl. Maybe he doesn't want to be a distraction to his team.
Maybe he wants to win fucking games and go to the goddamn playoffs, doesn't he? Yeah, I mean, I don't understand. Maybe he's a football player and not a fucking political activist. Yeah, I don't know. Shock of shocks. He's more focused on his actual fucking job than a fucking protest before the job. Yeah,
that's just crazy talk, man. I don't know where you.
Shocking. He's a competitor and wants to win at his fucking job. Yeah, I know. That's just crazy. Why is he not protesting?
Let me tell you something. Here's another crazy thing too. When this story broke, a lot of left-wing sites, including Deadspin, they put up this story that all of a sudden Colin Kaepernick jerseys were flying off the shelf, right? But what was true was that they were selling more than they were before he did this, but they weren't selling at all before he did this because he's a fucking backup quarterback. Now, the scanning company who polls the NFL routinely, and they have several of them because obviously they want to know how they're doing, what their customers think, and whatever you think of football fans, they are just customers basically. The scanning bureaus, both of them now find that Colin Kaepernick is the least popular person in the NFL.
That doesn't surprise me. Yeah. And it's also because he sucks now. That's another thing. If he was doing all this and like killing it, out there throwing touchdowns and shit, it might be a different story. But he's a scrub now, so. Also, I don't think this is going to help. I believe he's a free agent after the year. I don't think this is going to help him finding a new team. So
I can't see anybody touching him. He's got declining skills, and now he's just a distraction. He's radioactive.
Of course, he already sucks. So maybe he realized that his career was coming to an end anyway. He needed to start preparing for his next career, getting next to DeRay and licking his asshole. I guess I'm not sure, but
he's going to run for something, right? He's going to run for councilman or something in San Francisco. That'll be his next step. Or maybe him and Kluey will join the next XFL or whatever shitty minor league football league comes out of this.
SJW.
I tell you what, man, if the NFL keeps on going SJW, we're going to need a new football league to replace them, because the commissioner, the guy who's running the NFL, is SJW, so they may just go full SJW.
Goodell's a piece of shit, and not only that, he's just inept. He's been presided over so many failures, and I don't know. I don't like the guy. I'm kind of still, even though I'm not as liberal as I once was, I'm still very pro worker, and the way they treat the players in the NFL is just garbage. So I don't know. I'm not a fan of Rodgers.
No one's a fan of Rodgers.
Yeah, that's true.
No one's a fan of Rodgers. There was a guy in the. I don't want to talk football too much because I know a lot of these guys don't. I have a lot of nerd listeners that don't like.
Yeah, it's all good. I don't watch quite as much. I used to be like a fucking on sports every single day, but I don't quite have the time to focus in anymore. But I still keep abreast of a little bit what's going on.
Right. Good. So Goodell find a player in the off season and after a preseason game for what was deemed a shot to the head. Right. This was a guy who was an undrafted rookie walk on, and his fine exceeded his weekly paycheck for that week. The guy made $18,000 to play in that game. He was fined $20,000.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I mean, come on, the guy's an asshole. I hate Roger Goodell.
I don't like him, and I don't like how they have it set up where he's like the final authority on everything, like with suspensions and stuff. I understand he's the commissioner, and he should be the final authority on business decisions. But when your appeal goes to the same guy who gave you the fucking suspension in the first place, that's not really a fair. That's not really a fair system. I don't know how to say it, but
it's not. No, it's definitely not. What is football?
Then again, the players, they collectively bargained that and agreed to it themselves. They have the worst, players union in professional sports, pretty much. So they also can look in the mirror for some of their problems.
No, Nora, we don't mean rugby. I don't know what you guys watch in England. It's not football, and we're not talking about soccer either. That's not the real football. We have the real football. That's soccer, what you're watching over there.
Yeah. What's she talking about? Cricket? Is she going on about cricket again?
No,
we do not need sticky wickets in America. There are no sticky wickets on this continent.
Right. So, Warpig, I was going to ask you, what did you think? I noticed you've been awfully quiet for the past couple of days, and I figured when I saw the not quiet in general, but like the Carolina riots and all that, you didn't really wade into it, and I assumed it was you just didn't want to get into it with Black Twitter.
I just haven't been paying attention. I mean, there's like 4 shootings in the last 3 days, right? Or 3 shootings in the last 3 days. Yeah. It's kind of hard to keep them all straight. I am legitimately hyper busy, and I can't. It is so freaking hard. Okay, let's start off at the top. First off, policemen are doing a dangerous and dirty job that has to be done, and many policemen are good people. Many policemen are shitheads. Most of them are just regular people who are doing the job the best they can. They're not great people. They're not evil people. They're just normal people trying to do the best job they can. And every single time somebody black gets shot, it's blamed on white people, even if it's a black cop who shoots him.
Right.
Like what happened in Charlottesville.
That's right. Even though that guy was just reading a book and petting kittens when it happened.
Yeah, I just read a story about that. Yeah. Whenever a fight breaks out, I was sitting on my porch reading my Bible when somebody came up running up the street with a knife and stabbed me. Somebody comes running up the street with a knife and stabbed me. That's what always happens. I was standing on the street corner minding my own business. Yeah, it's bullshit. And so there's like 3 cases that happened, and one of them in St. Louis seems to have actually been something appalling and racist and bullshitty, to where a cop deliberately killed somebody and planted a gun on him. But I don't know that because I haven't had time to look into it. But the other two seem to have just been absolute crap. Like the news saying, "Oh no, this guy's got his hands up," and it turns out, yeah, he had his hands up, but then he went back to his car and put his hands inside his car, and then 3 cops shot him. Well, no shit, asshole. If you go back to your car and put your hands inside, the cops are going to shoot you.
Yep.
How the hell do you not know that? I know that. I haven't had extreme experience with civilian cops. I grew up on a military base with military police, and even I know that.
Everybody knows that. It's common sense.
So, yeah, I haven't stayed out of it because I've been afraid of mixing it up with Black Twitter. I've stayed out of it because 3 big shootings happened, and I haven't kept track of all of them, and it is another example of where the media is trying to drive a wedge between black people and white people in this country. They are trying to make it so that black people hate white people and white people are afraid of black people. It is disgusting. It is scary. And George Soros and his little organizations like Black Lives Matter are doing everything they can to make sure that black people hate and fear white people and white people hate and fear black people. And it's just everything that comes after this is bad. There's nothing good that's going to come from any of this. And there's been a lot of other stuff going on that I've been commenting on.
Well, they did loot the Walmart empty in Carolina, so I assume that the issue's over now. Issue's solved.
Yeah, a black man gets shot by a black police officer, and I think the police commissioner is black, who makes a comment on it, and so so the rioters decide to punish white America by ripping off a Walmart. That's
it makes perfect sense.
Everybody knows by now that BLM doesn't actually mean Black Lives Matter. It just means burn and loot more, okay?
I don't know why I haven't heard that before.
I don't either, but that's good.
I tweeted that out. That's my joke. You can use it. You don't even need to credit me. Just use that joke. I want it spread everywhere so that every time somebody sees Black Lives Matter, they think burn and loot more. Because
I'm stealing it. I'm totally stealing that.
That's exactly what Black Lives Matter means now. Burn and loot more.
What do you mean? Nora says I don't have any minorities on the show, but
by the way, my friend's in Charlotte right now. He said somebody just got killed in Uptown Charlotte, so I don't really know.
Oh no,
somebody's dead. I don't know what the deal is behind it, but yeah.
Do these? And see, here's the thing: you're leftists, okay, and you hate Donald Trump and don't want to get him elected. So your job is to go out there and make white people scared of black people because then they won't vote for Donald Trump. How does that work exactly? Do you not know what scared white people are going to vote for?
Right, exactly. That's right. I know. It's, you know what, they're working cross purposes. I mean, that's quite clear. It happens, especially yesterday. I mean, I saw a guy tweet this, and I know we've said it here before, but it's the cry wolf thing, and that doesn't help them. When they cry wolf, when BLM cries wolf, and they go and they burn a city down and injure 13 cops and loot a Walmart, all because a guy was reading a book, and then lo and behold, as we all knew what happened, 12 hours later, the guy had a gun, wouldn't put it down, was walking towards the cop was black. You know, now we get to the rest of the story. But they've cried wolf again, just like they did with Mike Brown, and every time they do it, they're just damaging their own cause. And I honestly do believe the more kinds of cases that this happens with, they are making people who weren't racist before into racist. People who were middle America, not even thinking about this, they're just going about their business every day, are now all of a sudden being drawn into this huge identity politics blender, and they're going to have to form an opinion, and they're going to form the wrong one. I really think they're hurting their own cause with this.
Well, here's the thing. There's a nasty little saying that began as a racist thing that came out of Slash Poll. It's called "Didn't Do Nothing."
Yes, I saw that.
Okay, so yeah, it genuinely began as a racist thing. It was a racist joke, but at the same time, how many different Mike Browns can you hear about where the entire comment is, "Oh no, Mike Brown, man, he was just a choir boy. He didn't do anything. He never did anything wrong." And then we find out, no, he was literally this big brute who literally robbed a store and beat the shit out of somebody before he went off and tried to grab a cop's gun and got shot. He actually did the exact opposite of nothing. He did a whole lot of shit. He did a whole lot of shit and got shot. Look, if you do a whole lot of shit to a cop, you're going to get shot. And then we hear about all these other people who did a whole lot of shit. Sooner or later, you begin to think, okay, yeah, maybe it began as a racist joke, but, you know, if every time they say he didn't do something, then maybe the joke of didn't do nothing kind of has a little bit of truth to it.
I know, especially in the Michael Brown case, because the guy reached into a cop's car and tried to grab his gun. What did he think was going to happen? That's insane. Who reaches into a cop car and tries to grab the cop's gun? What do you think will happen to you? And then the media rarely reports on that part of the story. It's always, you know, the false narrative about hands up, don't shoot.
No, because by the time the truth comes out, they're busy reporting on the fucking riot that they started.
Yeah. No, that's right.
You're not a bad minority, Professor. The comments.
I'm sick of these people saying all of these guys didn't do nothing. Well, yes, actually they did do something. They did.
You know how long it took me to figure out what that stood for? I saw it all over Twitter. Didn't do this, didn't do that, you know, DINDU. And I'm like, what the hell does that even mean? I'm like looking at Wikipedia for like, this is some racial slur I've never heard before.
Yeah.
It took me like a week to figure out what it was.
Yeah.
Because they were leaving the nothing part off, so they just kept saying the didn't do part.
Oh, okay.
So
know your meme. That's needs to learn. We need to get media people to like stick know your meme into their web browsers so that they don't say stupid shit about PayPay anymore.
Let me ask the professor something that's totally, completely off topic from what we're talking about. But I saw that he bought the new Note 7 and that he went and traded it in. How is the new one doing? Because I just ordered one.
No, it is great. And there was nothing wrong with my Note 7. It never overheated. It never got hot. You know, the only time it got hot was I bought the new one and it had a firmware update.
Oh, okay.
That was the only time it got hot. But, yeah, no, it's great. I think that's probably the best phone. I have a student that has the iPhone 7.
Yeah.
And it doesn't even compare to the Note.
I almost got an iPhone, but I always rock Android. But I was like, all right, I might get an iPhone because I couldn't. Originally, I was going to go T-Mobile, and they're not even selling the new Note yet. And then
Verizon?
Yeah, then I went to Verizon, and they're selling them. So,
the only time Professor's phone gets overheated is when he's looking at his nudes.
But yeah, the Note 7 just looks so badass, and I had the Note 4. And then they did 5 and they skipped 6 and went to 7. So, and the Note 4 was one of the best phones, probably the best phone I ever had. So
everyone who's had the Note says it's the best phone they've ever had, and they want to upgrade to the 7 when it comes out. So I think you made a good choice.
Am I the only one here in the Professor breakup?
No,
yeah,
he's a little crackly. I think that's
oh, sorry,
some type of infiltration.
No, it's
no, I'm just messing around.
He's widely known to be the only Asian guy around that can't handle his technology.
They're scared to have the leader of Gamergate and the guy who invented the alt-right on this stream right now. So they're probably doing everything they can to shut this down.
Professor, that was the funniest tweet I saw last week was right after that little bomb went off in New York City. Some guy tweets, "I don't think it was a terrorist attack. I think someone just decided to throw out their Galaxy Note 7."
That was hilarious.
I was dying, man.
But did you see the phones really exploded? They had one video of this truck all in flames because the Note 7 exploded inside of it while it was
Professor,
charging.
what is going on with your mic? What did you do?
It's a compression problem. It's an upload problem with Google Hangouts.
Oh, of course it is.
Sorry about that.
If you just refresh the window, it'll probably fix it.
What do you think about the new hero thing, Ralph, on YouTube?
Goose talked about today. I'm not quite as up on it. I've read through it, but I'm just very quickly. So Why don't you explain it to the people that are watching?
I'll explain it. It's
Yeah,
easy.
go ahead.
It's a way to get bribe SJWs into brigading normal people so they can get their videos taken off of YouTube.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah, that was my understanding. That basically they're bribing people to snitch and rat people out so they can take down their videos.
Yeah, it's going to be a ton of false flags and stuff like that. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't. To my knowledge, I don't think I've ever been flagged, and we've said some weird shit on this show. But I bet you they're coming for you, Ralph.
I've been flagged. I got flagged for the stupidest bullshit. The Chinese, I got false flagged for a copyright violation for including the name of a movie in the title of a video talking about the movie. Positively.
Oh yeah, I remember that. But you resolved that, right? They put it back up.
No, I resolved it by making a counterclaim, and they still took my channel down for 2 weeks.
Oh my god, I didn't know it was down that long.
Yeah, because if you make a DMCA counterclaim, YouTube leaves you down for 2 weeks because that's how long they have to respond. Of course, they couldn't respond because I didn't have any sound from them, I didn't have any video clips from them, I didn't have any pictures from them. But your channel is still down for 2 weeks, so we couldn't do any shows for 2 weeks.
Wow, you better watch out, Ralph. That's going to be bad for you.
Yeah, I expect it. I guess we'll see what happens.
Hey, that's a good question, Professor. Do you need our Ralph? Do you need our addresses so you can mail us our wedding invitations, or you want me to?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I want to know.
leave in the
I tried to
DMs.
get Nora to invite me.
Yeah, we'll it's still in the future, so it'll be a little ways off. But yeah, we'll get you those.
We'll DM the address to you.
Yeah.
All right.
Where are you registered?
I'm not. That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be some few years. So
Are you?
it's all
Did
good.
you register
at least a couple?
Are you registered with a bail bondsman?
No, I just
That's me.
no. If you got the money, they'll come get you. They don't really, you don't have to do this.
I knew I wanted to get one shot in today, and I picked my moment. That's what happened there.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine.
Ralph's got a sense of humor. I know that.
The Bill Bondsman's a great person. They usually bring a smile to my face if I ever have to see one. So
Ralph didn't do nothing. I'm surprised that's not a meme yet.
He's a good boy.
He's a good boy.
pretty sure
He's a choir boy.
I'll say that,
There were a couple of memes I think out there. I can't remember. Somebody was after you. It might have been Ian. I don't remember. Right after it happened.
Yeah, I'm not. Even
So
sure.
you're kind of lucky, Ralph, because last week's show basically sucked. I was exhausted. I had been in Buffalo all week at like a trade show, and before that, I'd had this. I hate to say it, but this issue with the. I hate to say it because I made fun of you for it. But I had this issue with a cat where it was like to and from the vet every fucking day, and the thing was just costing me thousands of dollars. And it was just a hell of a couple of weeks, and it just caught up to me for some reason last Monday, and I just sleptwalked through it, and luckily War Pig was kind of on and carried the show, but I was exhausted, so I drank like 4 cups of coffee just to make sure I was awake for you today.
Very good. Stay hype.
Stayed hyped.
Oh,
War
by the
Pig,
way,
yeah.
Oh wait, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, go.
I
No, you
just
go.
happened to say this. I just now saw it while we were doing the show that Twitter's gonna live stream the presidential debates, partnering with Bloomberg. So,
Oh, really?
that might be interesting. Yeah.
Oh,
That
now
might be interesting.
that's Monday, right? The first debate's Monday.
Yep. The debate is Monday. I believe 8 or 9 o'clock. Not sure. But
And just remember, folks, thanks to Hillary Clinton's politeness and decency, there's going to be an extra long bathroom break right in the middle.
Who's going to be in charge of the cough button? That's a full-time job.
Yeah.
gotta go take her meds during that break. Probably.
That's a hell of a. Now that I think about it, that's going to be a hell of a birthday for me now because I've got Monday Night Football. I've got the debate that night.
Yeah, dude. Packed schedule, huh?
Yeah, I'm gonna have a packed schedule. Well, I was going to ask you, Ralph, what you're playing, but I don't think you're playing many games these days, are you?
Actually, I bought NBA 2K the other day and been playing it. They gypped me on the Dream Team for some reason. It wasn't included with mine, even though it was supposed to be. So I'm trying to figure that out. And that's basically what I'm playing. I still got The Witcher that I haven't beat yet. Oh my god! lot of stuff like that. Parts of Iron. So that's my mix. I haven't gotten a lot of chance to play lately, but mostly just 2K the last week or so.
Now, Professor, I'm playing Doom right now. When I beat it, and it should be any day now. When I beat Doom, I'm going for Dark Souls 2. So, if you want to get it for the Xbox and help me through it,
Okay, I'll do it.
you'll do it.
Yeah, I was playing Doom too. Yeah, I'll do it. Xbox One.
I gotta do Dark Souls 2 first.
Do 2? Yeah, I'll help you with that. That one's hard though.
Yeah, all right. So download 2. And I
Okay.
what are you playing, Warpig? You back to Fallout now? Still?
No, I finished Fallout. I finally got it. Finally finished the last Nuka World DLC, and right now I am playing through. I'm fiddling around in they just did all the backwards compatibility. They got a shitload of games that were released on the Xbox 360 that they remade for the Xbox One that are coming out between now and December. So they just released the BioShocks, all 3 BioShocks. And they also just released Dead Rising 2, and Dead Rising 2 Off the Record. So if you're a fan of those, you can buy them for a pretty reasonable price and get them all for the Xbox One. So right now I'm playing Dead Rising 2 Off the Record.
Awesome.
That's a good one.
Game.
That's a really good one.
Yeah.
Ralph, I think I said in the comments, I probably just got myself uninvited from the wedding.
We'll see.
What the fuck happened? She
Might
said.
have got lost in the mail. We'll see what happens with you.
Oh, that's mean. I should have known better. What are the odds she passes?
I want it to be in the UK, Ralph. Make it in the UK, Ralph. We want to go
I'd rather have it there myself, so you can have an excuse to go on a vacation. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Listen to you.
Oh, yeah.
Listen to you, Professor. What do I got to set up a Patreon now to go to Ralph's wedding? Go fund me so I can go on a European
The
vacation.
Professor and I are in the Cool Kids Club. We both got the check mark, so we're rolling hard.
Yeah, that's right.
I know. I think Warpig's going to be the next one to get one, so I'm going to be.
I was thinking about that, actually. I was like, I bet he could probably get one.
Yeah.
Now, I know some people said
Warpig.
anybody can get. It's not quite anybody, but they have opened it up a lot. So I think they have some criteria. Basically, you got to do some certain things with your profile. Notice the Professor put his name in his profile, and that was why they didn't give me one at first, because I didn't have my name in there. And then once I changed it, they gave me one. Also, the Washington Post article came out in between there, so they couldn't really refuse me. But
you definitely were a person of interest.
Yeah. So that's the criteria. It's basically like a person of interest or an account of interest or whatever. So
does your email have to be at the Ralph Retort for them to confirm it? Because it said like if you're a company or
but see, they verify me as a person, not my brand. Yeah. So the first one I submitted actually was I did it as a brand. And I think they would have done me. They would have gave me one as a brand, but on the second one, I just did it as like a person. So
now the brand you have to have your email has to be. It has to be at the Ralph Retort, or could it be the Ralph Retort at like Gmail or something?
I'm not even sure about that, to be honest. But my email is the Ralph at theralphretort.com. So if it was needed, then
I see.
I got that.
I just use my Comcast.
I guess Nora caught up with the joke. She goes, "Don't make me crash the stream and have a go at you." She says to me.
Which called you the N-word.
I know she did, and Donald Trump laughed. Wherever he is, he laughed.
Nora,
if you want to crash the stream, tell me if you want to crash the stream, Nora, and I'll send you the link. If you want to, I'll DM you right now.
Nah, she's just teasing you.
If you want to have a go at me. I bet Ben Shapiro never gets banned or blocked in it. Yeah, I do have a Gab account too. So I mean, I signed
up on Gab myself, and they verified me over there today too. So I'm trying to use
good.
Yeah, I'm trying to use it a little bit. I'm still partial to Twitter, but they're working on some things, and it's good. It's good to have around. So I don't have a problem with it personally.
I don't think it's too bad, man. I kind of like.
I couldn't figure out how to get a straight like.
Yeah, there's still some things I can't really figure out about it, Warpig. But
they have like a timeline that gets broken up by how many upvotes they have, and not just chronological, and that kind of bugged me.
It's like Reddit mixed with Twitter or something I don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out, to be honest. But it's not bad to have around. I know that Wild Goose writes for me. He would disagree with me here, and I'm still on Twitter way more, obviously, but I'm trying to use it a little bit. And
Is anyone on Gab though?
yeah,
That's the problem, right?
It's Milo's on there.
Yeah, he's not gabbing or whatever the fuck they call it all that much. But,
Milo sent one tweet, one whatever they call them.
yeah, gabs. He's done a few more since then, but it's still very sparingly. I don't know. There are some people using it though. It's nowhere near Twitter, but
it is primarily shitlords in the alt right. It's not a general populist thing.
No, not yet.
Okay.
Did you see the Milo was going to debate Mad Cow, and they had to cancel it because her speaking fees were going to, think the school couldn't afford it?
No, I didn't see that. Actually.
Yeah, he was supposed to debate Mad Cow at I think it was University of Florida, where the student speaking fee would come out of the student activities fee. The professor knows about those things. They always annoy the shit out of me. But when they added, so Mad Cow sends her bill, which I think was $18,000 to speak. And then she wanted travel, accommodations, and food, and blah blah blah. And then they said no, we can't afford the $18,000. Then she lowered it, but her travel expenses and lodging expenses and all that was more than they could afford. Whereas Milo was going to do it for free. And so his final quote on the thing today was, "You know what? Forget it. I'd rather." And he had agreed to do an interview for her next book, if she did this debate with him. And so when the debate gets called off, he says, "No, I'm not gonna allow myself to be interviewed for a book, and I'm not gonna debate her anymore. I prefer to associate with people who don't gouge 19-year-olds."
Oh yeah.
So he's out of that debate because they couldn't afford it. You know what? That would have been an epic debate. I can't stand
it. Sally Cohn, right?
Yeah.
Sally Cohn.
Right?
Yeah.
Sally Cohn. They all look like Chris Hayes to me.
Oh, that's mean.
He is a rigger for Mad Al, yeah. So I guess we'll just call it, right? It's been an hour, so Ralph sounds tired. Ralph, are we gonna get you back on or what? Because it can't be 6 months again.
Yeah, I'll hop back on. Sure, just talk to me in DMs. I'll be glad to come back on. I'm about to go get me something to eat right now, though. So thank you for releasing me.
Nora on.
I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do.
We'll try to get Nora on. So we're gonna wrap it up.
Once again, want the wedding invites. Don't forget the wedding invites, Ralph.
I'll Periscope the wedding, even though I think Ralph's going to send me to the wrong church and the wrong. I'll Periscope it. Yeah, so we're going to wrap it up. BaconBits6000@gmail.com. I have been getting a few more emails, so I'm just going to keep throwing that out there. And BaconBitsShow.com if you want to see I haven't written an article in a while, but I think I'm going to write up Kaepernick soon and the NFL because he's just pissing me off. So thank you. Nora, maybe next week, Nora says. All right, Nora, we'll get you next week. All right, cool. Gentlemen, thank you very much. We'll see you all next week.
All right,
good night.